Hello, my name is Megan. I'm a public health educator at the Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Today, I'd like to talk to you about mosquitoes. By the end of this video, we'll know the answers to all of these questions. Questions like, what do mosquitoes look like? Where do mosquitoes live? Can mosquitoes cause diseases? What can happen if an infected mosquito bites me? And how can I prevent a mosquito from biting me in the first place? There are 45 different species of mosquitoes found in Maine, but not all of them bite people. A species is a unique group of organisms that is different from every other group of organisms out there. Mosquitoes are made of several different parts. See if you can point to them while I describe them. Mosquitoes are made of a head, a thorax, an abdomen, antenna, proboscis, eyes, wings, and legs. Did you get them all? Pretty cool, huh? The antennae are long, feathery stalks on the mosquito's head that help them hear and smell. The thorax is the part of the mosquito that connects the head to the abdomen and is where the wings and legs attach. Mosquito wings beat very fast, from 300 to 600 times per second, which is why you can hear that high-pitched buzz that mosquitoes make when they fly. Can you make that sound? It sounds a little bit like zzz. The abdomen is attached to the thorax and holds the mosquito's stomach and lungs, the blood that they eat, and the eggs that they make. Only female mosquitoes bite and feed on blood, so they're the only ones with a proboscis for biting. Female mosquitoes need blood in order to make and lay eggs. Since male mosquitoes don't need to lay eggs, they feed only on plant nectar, and they don't bite people. All mosquitoes go through 4 different stages in their life: the egg, the larva, the pupa, and the adult. The larva and the pupa both need water in order to survive and move on to the next life stage. When a female mosquito is full of blood, she lays between 50 to 300 eggs every 3 days of her life. These eggs can be laid in rafts, like this shown here, float on the surface of the standing water, or on ground that floods regularly. If the weather is right, the egg stage lasts for about 2 to 3 days before hatching. Larvae, which are also called wrigglers because of the way that they wriggle in the water, hatch from the eggs. They hang from the surface of the water and breathe through air tubes like you can see here in this picture. The larvae filter their food, including algae, plankton, fungi, and bacteria, from the water using thousands of tiny brushes on their mouths. The larva relies on water to be able to feed and grow. This stage lasts for about a week. The next stage is the pupa here, also called a tumbler because of the way that it tumbles in the water to try and escape predators. The pupa is partly covered in a cocoon. The purpose of the pupa stage is for the body of the larva to change into the body of the adult. This is where the legs, the wings, eyes, and other parts of the adult are developing. This stage lasts for about 4 days. After coming out of the pupa, the adult needs to rest on the surface of the water until its wings are dry so that it can fly away. This process only takes about 5 minutes. Remember that all mosquitoes need water to live. The larva cannot eat and grow without it. Can you see any mosquito larvae hanging at the surface of the water? Or a few pupa curled up at the surface? I can see a pupa here, and here, and here, and here. And then all of these guys hanging down here are larvae. Pretty cool, huh? Mosquitoes find their hosts by smell and vision. A host is an animal that mosquitoes can feed on. All humans and animals breathe out carbon dioxide, which we shorten by saying CO2. When a female mosquito senses carbon dioxide, or CO2, from up to several hundred feet away, she will fly toward it to find a host. As she gets closer, the female mosquito starts to scent the heat and moisture that your body gives off. Once she is very close, she can use her vision to find a place to land and a place to bite. Different types of mosquitoes like different habitat types of water. Mosquitoes mostly lay eggs in two types of water habitats. These are permanent water and floodwater. Permanent water is present for a long period of time and can support many different types of plants. Swamps, bogs, ponds, and ditches that are always full of water are good examples. Some mosquitoes prefer to lay eggs in areas like this with clear or tea-colored water and a lot of plant life. Floodwater areas are where water collects when it rains or when snow melts. These areas can be wet or dry depending on the weather, so eggs laid here may need to wait for rain in order to hatch. Some mosquitoes that use floodwater habitats will use small containers that fill with water during rainfall. Some species use natural containers, and some will use man-made containers. Man-made containers are containers made by humans that fill with water. Mosquitoes can use buckets, cans, flower pots, catch basins, pet bowls, pools, and other containers around our homes to lay eggs. Unused car tires that fill with water are the #1 mosquito breeding site around the home. Mosquitoes also like to lay eggs in natural containers. Holes in trees or puddles where water collects are good examples. Under normal conditions, permanent water and floodwater mosquito larvae have predators that will eat them, like fish, birds, and dragonflies. This helps to keep the number of adult mosquitoes that are emerging under control. Man-made containers in our yards do not have any of these predators. This means that they can produce more adult mosquitoes than normal, which is a problem. So what can we do to lower the number of mosquitoes around our homes? Do you have any ideas? One great thing is to empty the water out of any containers outside of our house. This includes gutters, flower pots, pet bowls, wading pools, buckets, and old tires. Check around your house tonight to look for any containers that would make a great home for mosquito larvae. Mosquitoes can carry different germs that cause diseases. Different species of mosquitoes pass different germs to humans. Most mosquito-borne diseases occur in warm, tropical places in the world. But since mosquitoes can be found all the way from the equator to the Arctic Circle, so can their germs. What are some mosquito-borne diseases that you have heard of before? There are 3 mosquito-borne viruses that can infect humans that are found in Maine. They are Eastern equine encephalitis, or triple E, Jamestown canyon virus, JCV, and West Nile virus, WNV. Mosquitoes spend their lives looking for a host. Remember, a host is an animal that mosquitoes can feed on. The mosquitoes that spread Eastern equine encephalitis and West Nile virus love to feed on birds. If the bird that they bite is infected with a germ, the mosquito can become infected too. An infected mosquito can bite a new host and pass the germ on. Now an uninfected mosquito can bite this infected host and the whole cycle starts over again. Sometimes an infected mosquito will bite a human or companion animal, like a horse, and will pass the germ to them. These humans and animals can get sick from the germ, but the germ cannot find its way to another mosquito when it bites. These humans and animals are known as dead-end hosts. This is because the germ cannot get back into another host. It hits a dead end and the cycle dies. It usually takes about 3 to 18 days from the time a person is bitten and infected to when they start to feel symptoms of a mosquito-borne disease. All 3 viruses in Maine may start off with symptoms that look like the flu. This means a person may get a headache and fever and may feel very tired. These symptoms may last 1 to 2 weeks. The infection usually doesn't get any worse than this. Sometimes more serious symptoms can develop. These can include confusion, seizures, feeling paralyzed, swelling of the brain or spinal cord, and in some cases, death. Most people who are infected, though, will not have any symptoms at all. There are several other mosquito-borne diseases to know about when you travel outside of the United States. These are chikungunya, dengue, malaria, yellow fever, and Zika. Have you heard of any of these diseases? These diseases are not common in the US, but outbreaks occasionally do occur. Maine does not have the mosquitoes that carry any of these germs. It's important that you take steps to prevent mosquito bites when you're traveling. You should always take the same steps that you do at home to prevent mosquito bites, but you can also try staying indoors when mosquitoes are especially active, sleeping under a mosquito net when traveling to areas where the germ is known to be, and check with your doctor for any medications that you can take, like an anti-malarial pill to prevent malaria if you're traveling to an area where that disease exists. The best way to protect yourself from getting any of these diseases is by not getting bitten by a mosquito in the first place. Here are some tips to help protect yourself. Wear long pants and long sleeve shirts to cover up your skin. Try to avoid being outside during the early morning and the evening. This is when mosquitoes that can pass the viruses in Maine are the most active. Use an insect repellent or bug spray that is approved by the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, for use against mosquitoes. These include DEET, picaridin, IR3535, and oil of lemon eucalyptus, which is a natural repellent. All of these sprays can be used on your skin. Make sure that you follow the label instructions carefully and reapply according to the directions. Ask an adult for help if you need it. Permethrin can be used to treat your clothing to repel mosquitoes, but it shouldn't be used on your skin. To protect yourself at home, check your doors and window screens to make sure there aren't any holes or tears in them that mosquitoes could get through. Ask an adult for help with fixing the holes if you find any. Remember to turn containers over or drill holes in them so they cannot hold water to reduce the number of mosquitoes around your home. If possible, remove containers that don't need to be outside around your home. If there are containers that have to hold water, like bird baths or pet water bowls, empty the water out of them once a week so that mosquito larvae won't have time to complete their life cycle. Remember that you can help fight the bite around your home. If you have any questions or would like any more information, you and an adult can go to any of these links here. On our website, the Maine CDC vector-borne disease website, here with the link here, you can find a lot of activities that go along with this presentation, and I would encourage you to find an adult and have them help you to play some of these games. It's a great opportunity to teach your parents and other family members about what you learned here. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope that you will watch our tick video as well. Thank you. Bye.